Welcome to session 8. I hope you've enjoyed your journey of praying your desires and meeting Jesus in that intimate way. And I hope you've enjoyed your teams as well. Your teams were put there for a number of reasons. They provide a venue for you to share with each other, they provide accountability, they provide that foxhole principle of the soldier doesn't fight for his country so much as the people in the foxhole with him. And when you're doing a course, often people complete it when they're in a team for their teammates. But there's another reason that you were put into teams, and that's to give you support going forward if you want it. It's the research is it takes 6 weeks to form a habit, and you've been doing that over the last couple of months as you've been praying your desire and meeting with your teammates. But it takes 6 months to a year to fix a habit, meaning the habit gets ingrained in you to the point where if circumstances come along and disrupt it, you go right back into it. It just becomes normal life for you and you do it without effort. And that's the place that we want to get to, is not that you have to discipline yourself to pray your desire, but that it's just part of you and part of life. So your teams give you some cool options going forward to support you and to help that happen. And one reason that I'm big on providing this kind of thing is there's research that says that training alone provides a certain amount of change. But if you do training with follow-up, where there's people you meet with, where you have coaches or mentors or peers involved with walking with you, you get 4.5 times the impact of the training alone. So if you want to get 4.5 times the impact out of this course of just doing it, working with your teammates on an ongoing basis can supply that. So there's 3 options that you can do going forward, and each of your teams gets to decide. Nobody's forcing you to do any of these. This is your choice of what you want in life. So option 1, which is good, is to keep working through the Questions for Jesus book on your own and not to meet with your team. And that's a good option. A better option, if you want to push this out, is to continue walking through the Questions for Jesus book on your own, but set up with your teammates to text each other or email back and forth what Jesus is speaking to you as you do it. So you can encourage each other and give each other some accountability. So that will provide additional support if you want to make a habit of this without a big time commitment. Option 3 is you can keep meeting with your team in the same way that you've been doing through this course, but on your own. If you do that, my suggestion is that you commit to each other for a limited amount of time, like you might want to commit for 8 weeks or for 3 months. And then at the end of that, you reevaluate. It's better to make commitments that we can carry out than to make this vast open-ended commitment, and then when we end, it always feels bad. But we've provided resources to help you if you want to keep meeting your team or with your team. Online at questionsforjesus.net, you can download an outline for additional sessions. And what you do in those sessions is you take a passage from Scripture and unpack what's going on in that, unpack how Jesus is speaking to a desire, and then let Jesus speak to you through it. So it involves taking Scripture and working with it and then seeing how Jesus speaks to you. So we've given you a list of passages you can work from. We've given you an outline for those kind of meetings, and that's a fun way that you and your team can continue. Again, the tool for that is on questionsforjesus.net. And again, you get to choose what option you want. And the reason we let you choose is because buy-in is king. And one of our coaching, a thing I teach in coaching is don't set any goals that you're not going to meet. And don't do any actions that aren't really compelling. So unless you want this, don't say yes just because don't feel guilted into it. Say yes because this is what you really want. And I just want to encourage you going forward, find new horizons in this. Find new ways to be intimate with Jesus. One fun one is talk to him about heaven. So Jesus, it says that you went to prepare a place for me. What are you looking forward to surprising me with? What does that day mean to you? Talk to Jesus about heaven. Talk to Jesus about the experiences he had in life. It can open up a wonderful connection between you and him. So, thanks for going on the journey with me. I'd love to hear back from you how Jesus has touched you. You can contact me through www.meta-formation.com. Thanks.